Over 40% of Canada's farmland is here in Saskatchewan. We've got a third of Canada's agriculture biotechnology.
Hey, now it's Dan Eberhard here, and I am the host of the Growing the Future podcast. Along with my little brother, we started this show to bring agricultural entrepreneurism to the masses, and we always talk to really incredible folks. And in this particular episode, I spoke with Alanna Koch, and Alanna is the former Minister of Agriculture for the province. She is chair of the Global Institute for Food Security, and she's also a farmer right outside of Regina, Saskatchewan. So her experience in politics, and also as a farmer, that gives her a unique perspective to speak to some of these things, and she really lays out very coherently exactly why Saskatchewan is being such a success right now on the global stage. But before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel, like it, and share it with other trailblazers in the agricultural industry. Thanks so much. Enjoy the clip. I wanted to ask you about the current purview of the state of Saskatchewan, because that's my impression. You guys have focused on the economy. When I left in 93, it didn't seem like there was a lot of future. And I know a lot of people in my generation went to somewhere else. I'm probably the only person that went east. You know, when I go back to the cabaret in Langeberg, it's like, what happened to you? I went east. Well, yeah, that's why we haven't seen you. So everybody else went to Alberta. But I can tell you, I don't think, you know, with all due love and respect, I love Alberta. I don't think anybody's migrating that way right now. And it just seems like Saskatchewan is winning on the economy, even on COVID, currently versus Manitoba. But like Saskatchewan's doing great, and it's got these natural resources that it wants to develop. And yes, they care about the environment, but Scott Moe is not, you know, kowtowing to the carbon tax, which he was environmental minister at the time. He got up and walked out. Maybe that's like a whole section we don't want to get in the weeds on. But Saskatchewan seems to be doing great in terms of the economy, and it has a strong mandate for Scott to continue with his leadership. And you ran against Scott, so you have kind of intimate familiarity with that whole complex. What's going on in Saskatchewan, and why is it so great?
Well, I mean, Saskatchewan's always been great. It's just that we here in Saskatchewan, first of all, didn't even recognize that. Secondly, the rest of the world didn't. And thirdly, government didn't do the right thing for too many decades to make sure that we could do the great things that we absolutely always were meant to do. So we are so blessed. We have such a rich, diverse mix of resources here in Saskatchewan. I mean, unique, I think, in Canada. There's a lot of great things about a lot of the provinces in the country, but what we have is this diversity. So uranium, you know, some of the best uranium in the world, some of the best potash in the world. We've got diamonds. We've got all kinds of minerals and resources. We've got, of course, an amazing agriculture sector. Over 40% of Canada's farmland is here in Saskatchewan. We've got the second largest beef herd in the country. We've got a third of Canada's agriculture biotechnology here in Saskatchewan, all out of Saskatchewan, that ag bio cluster. You know, we've got a great tech sector, which is just kicking butt. So we've got all these small businesses that are now large global businesses that are on the tech side. I mean, I don't think people think about these things when they think about Saskatchewan. An amazing small business sector here, one of the strongest in the country. So, you know, we've always been great, but now we are real. We've hit our stride and we are running hard. And of course, the magic has been getting the policy right, getting that regulatory climate right, getting out of the way so people can get the job done and can create jobs, create wealth, keep people home. I mean, kind of like you, Dan, when we left high school, everybody was getting suitcases and moving. We did a great job of exporting our people. Unfortunately, sad story. Now we're exporting other things to the world that are making a difference for people, and we're keeping our people home. I mean, when my daughters graduated high school, they and their friends weren't wondering about where were they going to go to university or where were they going to leave to go get a job. They thought about building their lives and their future here in Saskatchewan. Well, now our people are going to be our greatest resource. Always were, but we exported them, unfortunately. Now we're keeping them home. It's going to make a huge difference for the future. It's just exciting to think about what Saskatchewan's going to do. And Scott Moe's government has taken that, you know, same approach that Brad Wall did. And, you know, the legacy continues. A fourth majority government elected here in Saskatchewan for a non-NDP is a monumental shift. The NDP were always kind of the natural governing party here, and that's changed. The Sask Party can't take anything for granted. They got to continue to work at it, but they've got to continue to get their policies right and their tax climate right. And there's no reason that ever has to change. And Saskatchewan's going to continue to kick, for sure. It's exciting to think about.
Wow, well said. And that just gives me chills, from my homeland. Obviously, I'm in Brandon, Manitoba now, but Saskatchewan's always my spiritual home. I mean, we were 1 mile into Saskatchewan, but we definitely share that culture. And I had a really great experience this summer when I flew north to fish up at Cree Lake, and just flying from Regina for, I think it took us 6 hours all told of flying. We stopped in L'Orange, but seeing all that beauty, all that diversity, and there's a whole universe up there as well. We were basically where there was no roads. The nearest road was, I think it was about 8 hours for them to get supplies in with these tracked machines over the winter when the lakes were frozen to this this resort. But yeah, there was a uranium mine up there, right? In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't even mention our tourism side of things, right? I mean, most people think of us as the farming province because I said over 40% of our farmland is in Saskatchewan, but that's all, sort of just the bottom half of the province. What about that amazing top half where we are so blessed with water? I mean, amazing lakes, great fishing, great hunting, all kinds of tourism potential, and of course, so many of our resources up there as well from a mining perspective, and uranium being, one of the biggest employers in the north. So it's pretty awesome to be able to go up north and kind of be in the middle of nowhere, and it's just beauty everywhere. It's just phenomenal in northern Saskatchewan. Lots of people don't even know it exists, right? So lucky you got to go.
Hey, I just wanted to remind you to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and I appreciate you watching this video. And what do you guys think? I'm really proud to be part of the whole Saskatchewan culture and history and the economy. I'd really appreciate it if you followed us, Growing the Future, on all these different platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Or follow myself, Dan Eberhardt, or my brother. Really appreciate you tuning in. All the best.